I'm mainly going to talk about the education sector reforms that are proposed in the 2018 budget. They are very encouraging, especially they're talking about improving science, technology, engineering and mathematics education, and they are proposing to take a lot of initiatives in this regard. To start with, they have allocated 3,500 million for reforming the education sector as a whole, and also there are initiatives to increase the science, technology, engineering and mathematics graduates. They are called STEM graduates in short, because at the moment a lot of the graduates that are coming out are non-STEM graduates. So in this regard, they have proposed to revise the way the mathematics is taught in schools. So all these initiatives are very good, but IPS research shows that one problem in improving maths education in schools is the poor quality of training that are given to the teachers, maths teachers, because now about 45% of those who take the O-levels fail mathematics. That is quite a large number, and one reason for that is a lot of the teachers who teach mathematics are not properly trained to teach mathematics. And similarly for science also there is a similar kind of problem. So the budget also has provided funds for teacher training, which can also be commended. But unfortunately, the money is not allocated for improving training of mathematics and science teachers. So if the emphasis is in improving math, science, STEM education in the country, money needs to be allocated also for training teachers for teaching mathematics and science. So that is one area the budget can improve on. But it is encouraging also to see that there is money allocated for conducting the PISA test in Sri Lanka. That is a test that is done internationally, mostly in OECD countries. But that will provide a benchmark for how good the Sri Lankan education system is as against the more developed countries. I think that will be a first step in improving our education system, modernizing it and making it more up to date.
I would like to express a few ideas about this budget's focus on environment. I think if we take this budget compared with other budgets, the specialty when it comes to the environment sector is that the wrapping up the environmental related things as a major focus of the budget. I think it is mentioned in about blue-green economy budget. So compared with the previous budgets, we don't see that kind of environmental focus. So I think this is a quite positive step. But still, within that, I think I would like to go briefly about these budget proposals. When it comes to the environment or green or blue economy improvements proposed in the budget, I think this vehicle policy comes as the main area where that the budget proposes to introduce I think certain incentives for electric vehicles and creating conditions for required for reducing the fossil fuel dependency. I think here still there are problems with that, how it is going to be worked out, because some of the motor car associations and all came up with some reservations about the implementation of these policies, but still it clearly indicates a direction where that we should transform from fossil fuel to more renewable or more environmental friendly energy sources. So I think this can be considered as a positive step and a good starting point, but we need to work out the operational aspect. Other than that, there are a number of other areas that budget indicates some clear directions, like discouraging polythenes, then waste disposal projects, and then a number of other conservation projects to be financed by this budget. So I think overall we can see some positive direction.
2018 has paid much attention to natural disasters. This change in weather pattern and natural disasters have been identified as a major challenge for economic growth at the outset. And there are several budget proposals to improve disaster resilience in the country. And one of such important proposals is to design an index-based insurance scheme for farmers. So this is very much important because the farmers in Sri Lanka have been facing significant challenges during last couple of years due to a series of floods and droughts. As at now, in Sri Lanka, indemnity-based insurance is the major crop insurance program which is in place, and there are many issues associated with indemnity insurance, and farmers get insurance only because that is a requirement in getting agricultural loans. But when we talk about index-based insurance, it can eliminate most of the issues that are associated with index-based insurance. IPS undertook one study about the crop insurance and specifically about index-based insurance with the support of the Global Development Network, and we found that there's a technical feasibility to index-based insurance in Sri Lanka. We had a national level workshop to disseminate the findings to the key stakeholders in January this year, and one of our key recommendations was to improve the data availability, rainfall data availability, because rainfall data, reliable and timely rainfall data is a key requirement for the implementation of index-based insurance. I noticed that there is a budget proposal to increase the capacity of the Department of Meteorology in terms of technical and human resource capacity development, and if that can contribute to increase the rainfall availability in the country, so that would be very much important for the implementation of this index-based insurance. Usually for index-based insurance to be a viable option, it should make sure that it provides tangible benefits to the farmers, and also we need to get the farmers involved in the design of the scheme. So those should be considered during the design, and also this index-based insurance should be integrated to the other development programs and other climate risk management programs to the extent possible. During our surveys, we found that the farmers' knowledge on crop insurance mainly is very low. So they are not aware about the concept of index-based insurance. So this should be we should also have a comprehensive awareness and education program for farmers. These should be considered when designing the index-based insurance to make it a successful intervention to help farmers.
I will look into that proposed vocational training programs under this 2018 budget proposal. There are many school leavers leave the education system without succeeding O levels and A levels. For an example, last year in 2016 there were around 78,000 school leavers who did not success at the A-levels, and there were around 85,000 students who were not success in the O-levels. So these students are the prime target for vocational education. In this 2018 budget proposal, it has been proposed to 13 years education. Actually, this is a good proposal to bridge the skill gaps between school and world of work. Because that all the students will get chance to get education for at the A levels, irrespective of their outcomes at the O levels. Especially the students who do not succeed in O levels, they will be trained in vocational education in the A level grades. Also, it has been proposed to Employment Preparation Fund. Under this program, there will be 3 to 4 months training for youth on specific skills which are in demand. And this program also includes some cost of training as well as allowance for these trainees. And private sector will also partnership in this program. What I have to say is that all these training programs should be more work oriented. Also, it is very important to private sector involvement in designing these programs. And there should be a kind of public-private sector partnership for recruiting these trainees directly through institutes. In this way, we can have find the solutions for the existing skill gaps in our country.
The government's budget proposal for 2018 has several proposals that have been focused on women, and first I would like to talk about 2 proposals that would help the working women and increasing female labor force participation in Sri Lanka. The first proposal is that it has been proposed to amending the Shop and Office Employee Act number 15 of 1954, allowing the employees to choose flexible hours. And second one is establishing daycare centers at government institutions where there are more than 500 or at least 500 workers, and this has allocation of 50 million rupees. And many studies that have been done on female labor force participation in Sri Lanka, including the studies that we have done at IPS, had pointed out that these 2 measures, that is introducing flexible hours and providing daycare centers for working mothers, are very effective measures in increasing female labor force participation in Sri Lanka. And second area is this proposal is budget proposals are themed under Enterprise Sri Lanka theme. So under this, women who are doing small businesses and women entrepreneurs has been identified as an engine of growth for the in the government's economic model. And under this, there are several proposals focusing on entrepreneurs and especially the women entrepreneurs. And it has been proposed that providing at least 10% subsidy for a credit for women entrepreneurs other than the other sectors, other borrowers. And also it is happy to see that these proposals have identified cinnamon and pepper industries where there are women are employed and working as entrepreneurs mostly at the bottom level. And it has been proposed to take steps in order to enhance the value addition and also to increase the production, and also it's been also proposed to strengthening the activities of the Cinnamon Training College, and these will definitely help the women who are employed and doing their businesses in those industries. However, that we must ensure that the government must ensure that the proper and effective implementation of these budget proposals for 2018 in order to get the maximum benefits for women.
I can say this time budget on health sector it's a kind of a mixed proposal, because I'm saying like this because this covers both preventive and curative healthcare services. Increasing health literacy is addressed by this budget by investing on strengthening health education bureau. This is a good avenue I have seen in this budget. On the other hand, in terms of curative care, the government proposed to strengthen the big hospital, basically teaching district hospital and divisional hospitals, to expand its service by addressing pressing issues, namely non-communicable disease, cardiovascular disease, and chronic kidney disease especially, and mental health particularly. This budget has given a special attention on addressing mental health issues, particularly in the youth group. In addition, the other special area is expanding the services on maternal and neonatal care. This is another good avenue because some of the services are concentrated in Colombo, but this time they wanted to reach those sophisticated services to regional areas as well. This is basically on curative healthcare, but not only the curative healthcare. The budget highlights the importance of strengthening primary healthcare. This is the two things I have seen in this budget. In addition, another special attention has given on taxes, basically the sugar tax. The sugar tax on sweetened beverage, it will be 50 cents per gram of sugar. This will be this is going to imposed in those foodstuffs, and I should thank all the professional groups who has taken efforts to make this proposal happen. And the other thing is the tax on liquor, but the budget has not mentioned exactly how they are going to do this tax structure. It will be done later on. In addition, I have seen another area which is very important, but this budget has not looked at. That is elderly health care, because this is very important and this is another pressing issue. But the budget has not discussed about this yet.